Well, the nation's highest court is now blocking part of President Biden's federal vaccine mandate. The U.S. Supreme Court is impeding the section that it required 80 million Americans working at large private companies to either get the shot or get tested on a regular basis. Justices argue that OSHA, the group who'd essentially enforce the mandate, doesn't have the power to regulate public health. But the ruling gave the green light for those same vaccine requirements to continue at hospitals across the country. So our Emily Longnecker explains why this decision doesn't make a difference for a lot of healthcare workers here in central Indiana.
Thursday's decision by the Supreme Court doesn't extend to most health care workers. This past year, all three health systems in Indianapolis put vaccine mandates in place for their employees, and those mandates stand. In June, IU Health announced workers had until September 1st to be fully vaccinated and could apply for an exemption based on religious or medical reasons. The move brought some protests and petitions. By the deadline, IU Health says 125 employees left because of the mandate. 61 of them were full-time. Community Health issued the same directive. As of this past September, 99.6% of employees were either vaccinated or had an exemption. Eskenazi's mandate hit September 20th, with 39 employees deciding not to get the vaccine. The Indiana Hospital Association issued a statement after today's decision, emphasizing the importance of the vaccine in protecting healthcare workers and patients, and said this ruling gives them a clear path forward as Indiana hospitals battle the highest number of COVID-19 hospitalizations on record. Indiana Republican Senator Mike Braun also weighed in after voting last month to overturn the mandate, calling it, quote, unconstitutional and wrong. He said today's ruling is a win for the liberties and livelihoods of millions of Americans.
And Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb says the vaccine is the #1 tool to protect against the pandemic, but he argues it's not the state or federal government's role to issue vaccine mandates on businesses. And right now, 55% of eligible Hoosiers are fully vaccinated, but we also just reported another record day of COVID cases across the state. 16,523 cases added just yesterday. That's more than 1,000 above the previous record set just last Friday. And if you take a look at this, those orange columns on your screen there to the right, those are the 13 days with the highest case counts of the pandemic. Now, those all happened in the last 15 days. And hospitalizations are also at near record levels. We will link you to those at WTHR.com/coronavirus. Well, the White House is trying to get more COVID tests and masks to people across the country. President Biden says the government plans to double the number of free at-home tests it's giving away. They now plan to distribute 1 billion rapid tests instead of just 500 million. They also plan to make free N95 masks available.
As I've said in the last 2 years, please wear a mask. If you're in I think it's part of your patriotic duty. It's not that comfortable. It's a pain in the neck. But I've taken every action I can as president to require people to wear masks in federal buildings and on airplanes and trains because they cross state lines.
Now, President Biden says the White House will announce how you can get those free masks next week. And as for those free COVID tests, the administration said they'd release the website and hotline, and you can call to request those at the end of this week.